Hey guys, in this video we are going to discuss the question k largest elements. So let us understand what the question wants us to do. So we have been given n elements, so an array containing n elements, and we have been given an integer k. What we have to do is we have to find the k largest elements among these n elements. So for example, if we had, for example, 5 elements, and among these 5 I had to find the k largest elements. So let's say k is equal to 2. So what are the two largest elements of these array? This array. So those would be 13 and 26. So I have to print them. Let us discuss how we're going to solve this question. So what I am going to do is I am going to make a heap. Okay. I am going to declare an heap, and I'm going to iterate through the array, and I'm going to add them to our heap. So let us, for example, see. Let us imagine for a number 7. For example, if we had 7 elements like this, okay. So one more, let us 17. Now let's say we had to find the 3 largest elements. So what would we do? We will iterate through the loop, and we would add them to our heap one by one. So, and while adding, I'm going to run a check. Once the size is greater than k, what I would do is I'm going to run pq.remove. What this would do is actually remove the current smallest element, because as we know, by default it gives the highest priority to the smallest element, so the smallest element would get removed. So we would be eliminating the smaller elements one by one as we move through the array. So what would happen in the end? Only k elements would remain in the heap, and those would be the k largest elements of the array. So let's see how this would work. So until the size is greater than 3, those elements would get added. So here when 26 gets added, this would execute, and it would run pq.remove. So what pq.remove will do, it would remove the current smallest element. So what is the current smallest element? It is 8, right? So 8 would get removed. Okay. Similarly, when 4 gets added, it would run again. So what would happen is that current smallest elements, which is 4 itself, would get removed. Okay, so 4 gets added and gets removed. Now similarly, again 14 gets added. Now which is the smallest element? It's 9, right? So I would remove 9. 9 would get removed. And in the last, when 17 gets added, what is the smallest element now? It is 13. So I would remove 13. So as we can see, at the final stage, we have only 3 elements, that is k elements, remaining in the heap, and those are the required 3 largest elements. So I hope the explanation was clear. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a priority queue, and as we know, by default it would give the highest priority to the smallest element. So okay, now I'm going to add the elements of the array one by one. And I'm going to add a check if pq.size is greater than k. Once it is greater than k, I'm going to remove the smaller elements. And as we know, after the loop executes completely, only k elements would remain in the heap, and those would be our largest elements. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just print them. So logic is pretty simple. All we have to do is have a clear understanding of heap. So if you haven't watched the introduction video to heap, I would suggest you to do so. So I'm just going to print them by using pq.remove. Okay, now let us run this and see. So as we can see, all the we have gotten the correct input. Now let's submit it. So all test cases are passed successfully, and this is how we solve this question. So if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and share it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you.